Hey, friends. Good and happy last Saturday of the month to you. I hope you are all having a great day. I have to say, I actually slept late this morning, which I very rarely do. I actually slept until almost 7 o'clock. I was late doing something for a friend, and I I just could not get up when the alarm went off. So um, to me for sleeping in because I would do that, and I'm used to getting up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So 7 was nice. Although I have to say I was doing a little scrambling this morning, trying everything ready. And as you see, I have a whole new fireplace thing going on. So this probably get a little better appearance as in the next week or so. But today, it's what I got. So I see someone's on. If you're on this morning, would you please just say, hey, I don't care if I eat you, it's fine. I know I was talking to a friend yesterday and she said she tells friends and family all over the states to tune in on Saturday morning. So I would love to hear who's on, and I'd love to hear that's really fun to me. It's kind of like having an adventure without even having to go home. So yeah, if you are or even if you're watching the put something in the comment and just say, hey, I'm a friend of so and so, or hey, I saw you, or I heard about you, or whatever, and I'm XYZ in Nebraska or wherever. I would love to hear that. So who's on now? Because I see someone's on. Maybe it's Diane, because you're usually one of the first ones on, or Jen, you're usually one of the first ones on. So just say hello. On. What a nice surprise. Thank you so much for joining this morning. I hope you're having a great day. And as you can see, for those of you that are on or you're watching later on the replay, I have a new setting. So just to tell you a little bit what's been happening over here in this crazy house and crazy life that I've had for the last month or so. My mother moved. When my mom lived here with me, I gave her the master bedroom downstairs. It's a huge room, and she was able to have her bed and her favorite recliner and a guest chair in her room. That's how big this room was. Is. And she pretty much had the master bath and a gigantic closet for all of her things. But we found a wonderful apartment for my mom. It is for seniors, and the rent is a little bit high, but the rent actually also pays for a room of her, an apartment of her own. So she has her own apartment again, living room. Um, hey, Diane. Good morning. Nice to see you this morning. Thanks for hopping on. I'm talking about my mom's new apartment. It's so she's got bay windows in the living room with all her beautiful plants on the windowsill. Really nice wide windowsill for plants, and she's got her desk in the living room. Plenty of room, and she's got own place now, which she really loves. One of the challenges that we had, which originally, when she originally moved with us, is that she had gone on started using a walker at that time, which was really hard and awkward for her. She was not allowed to cook because she was on oxygen. And the walker was really something very difficult to get used to. And she actually fell a few times, and it caused a very major injury and then a very major. In fact, it was very complicated. It was 5 years ago, maybe about 6 years ago now. And so we were moving Mike and me triad. It only since she had been used to her living within 10 minutes of us and us helping her just let's just all move and we'll just be able to help you. But since she's lived with us, the she's a walker. She's not on oxygen during the day anymore because she's lost a lot of weight, and it really helped with the pressure on her lungs. So he's better and doesn't need it. So we were talking one day a few months ago and just saying, life is a little different without Mike. And I'm feeling kind of lonely because when Mike was here, Mike would share the driving. If there were errands, he'd go run them, or I would, and he'd be home, someone home with her. And with me having to do various things and doing everything by myself, she just was feeling kind of lonely and bored home. And, we started thinking she really doesn't have to live with me for the same reasons with me before. So I started looking into various things. So the apartment complex that she's in, she has her own private apartment. It's a one bedroom. It's so cute. She absolutely is having her own place again. And this particular apartment complex is for seniors. So 3 meals a day. You go down to the dining room, and she's been making wonderful friends. And she's got this table that she sits on base with the same friends. It's really great. And she's met some lovely people there that just really love her. I went 2 weeks ago to visit her, my sister. And I was showing my sister around some of the different things in the apartment building. And there were some ladies in the craft room on a project. And I said, "Hey, I'm Gail Anderson's daughter." Yes, mom and I have the same name. She's Gail Ruth Anderson. I'm Gail Peterson. My birthday's in September, and we had the same address for the last 6 years. So major confusion. But anyway, so they said, "Oh, okay, so we just love her. She's funny. She's so sweet." So it was really nice for me to hear that there's a lot of people that like her there and that she's just really fit well and quickly and having just the time of her life. So I'm really happy for her. So the apartment complex does 3 meals a day. She has lots of friends. There's activities. They drive her to the doctor and shopping and that sort of thing. So transportation's provided. And also there's a housekeeper that comes once a week. So someone comes and cleans her apartment, and they do a trash pickup 3 days a week also. Just so much fun. She has exercise classes and therapies available for her. So it was just absolutely the best thing. So here I town, which I bought pretty specifically for my mom because I needed to have a place where we could each have space, share also space that we felt like we had our own private space. So when she moved out, I had the option, of course, of taking the master bedroom myself or using this big, huge, very sunny, beautiful room as an art room. And one of the things that's been really hard for me since I've lived here is not having a big space for art. I've had small space where I felt just really crunched and just didn't have room to move. Space that I had to move, but there was no, and I felt like I was in a cave. Who can paint in a cave? So I decided that the master, I mean, this room in the front, I'm renting a big loft upstairs, and or I will be renting, I should say. Still looking for a renter, but I have my art room now in this room, which will also be a great place for video work. So the thing that's really cool is I moved my TV from the living room. This was I got it for him for Christmas the year before he died. um, we I decided I'd hardly watch TV, but having the TV in the art room would be cool because I have room in here, actually, a big table that I can, of course, move out of the room, but I have a table that I can actually seat 8 people, so I can have small art parties in here, and I can have something we're painting, I can have it on the big screen. So it makes it really easy for people to see what we're painting if we're painting a scene. And I think it's great to do small art classes right here in this room. And also, I thought, well, hey, what if I find a fireplace? I won't even need that other little fireplace that I keep dragging on the house on my fireplace right here. So I know it's a little bit out of proportion. I'm kind of sitting here a little bit taller than me, but you get the idea. And this was my first day trying to rig this all up. And I think it'll probably be a little bit better next week, but bear with. So all that to say that when I was thinking about it today, what would I share with my friends on Fireside? And the thing that really came to me was community. Just how blessed we are to have community. I am so blessed to know and to experience a sense of real kinship with so many people, especially those who are part of God's family. It's amazing when you become a child of God and you know that you have all these brothers and sisters you will spend time with, and you get to show them here too. Um, I just love that. And I think even where I'm at in my life right now, how I ended up accepting the position to teach art for K to 12 in a Christian school. Not for that job, y'all. It literally fell in my lap. And I really began to wonder, can I really do that? Never taught in a setting like that before. I've taught lots of art and I've taught lots of children, but I've different settings. I've done it in children's ministry for many years, but this was a foreign territory to me, and I was just speaking, did I really do this? And it was community that gave me the encouragement and the uh, confidence to step out in faith that God put this in my lap and me not only what to do, but even told me that that for this season, for this time, that I'm the right person for this. So been fun, and I do have to accredit my community, my Christian community, my friends, and many of you that I'm become really good friends with. I haven't even met in person. I have met so many of you on social media, and even some of I've had conversations on the phone with, or I've had video chats at times, and I just love that I've been able to meet you in other ways, a sense of kinship, and just to be able to encourage and inspire each other at different seasons, in different times, different traditions. It's really amazing. When the internet first came around, and some of so young, you're like, hasn't the internet since the beginning of time? No, internet started when I was an adult. So that goes to show you how old I am. But when it came around, I do remember lots of people saying, "Oh, the internet, it's evil, it's evil." Well, you know what? There's a lot of evil. The internet has caused a lot of havoc. I'm not denying that. However, I also see that God, the internet, as an amazing way to grow the strength and faith and encouragement, gospel amongst those of us who are his family. And I absolutely love that. Um, I have friends in another country that have been raising support for a very specific, extremely huge project that they have proposed. They've been raising funds for this for quite a while. Um, I have loved hearing very close to them in their journey, and I have absolutely loved, I mean, to the point of tears sometimes, hearing how one person's connected them to another, who's connected them to someone else, who's connected them to a group, who connected to another group. And in this network that has been growing for them, just seeing how God used the body of Christ, the network of his children to encourage, provide, um, it has been absolutely amazing. And I just want to say, without saying too much detail, it's been extremely special this week to hear a huge, huge victory in this journey that they're in. And it's all because of God's family, because of the community of God's children. It is just astounding. So that's my word for today, or my encouragement for today. It's what God's put on my heart this morning to share with you, that not in this journey faith alone. And find those who know you well when you're struggling with something, when you are struggling to speak truth to yourself. I love this. It was where Paul Tripp years ago in Grief Share, and so true. If you are finding it difficult to speak truth to yourself, it's truth from scriptures now. If you are finding it hard to speak truth to yourself, go find a loving, vulnerable friend who will truth to you in loving kindness. There's absolutely nothing like it. Um, I'll not be teaching today. I would be teaching now had it not been for the loving kindness, gentle, but loving accountability, and kindness of friends that have known me for years and years, who could see past things I didn't see, or past things that were blocking me from seeing just what a perfect uh, situation that God had laid in my lap. And so I really am blessed to be connected with so many of you. Even if you're not a believer or a Christian, I hope that my stories and my encouragement and the things that I'm willing to get on social media, share. I pretty much live most of my life out loud. And I do that. Why do I do that? Some people have said, early, you kind of just share everything about your life. You know what? When I became a believer, it didn't really take me very long to realize that everything that had ever happened to me, God had his hand on. Even the abuse as a child, even my own very chaotic, even at times suicidal teenage years, all of it, all of it. God was there. I didn't know it. I did have a dream about it once when I was about 17. I think I was in my senior in high school, and our art teacher asked us to do a painting. I think we were studying Picasso. I'm only guessing that because Picasso kind of painted things that were kind of like a dream. And we had to paint something that we had a dream about. So we're having this dream and then we're painting it. I remember the painting. It was a picture of me with my arms and legs stretched out. On one side was black flames, and the other side was blue with clouds and sunshine. And I knew the painting was. I knew the dream was the reality that evil was after me and God was after me, that I felt very pulled in both directions at that particular time in my life as a senior in high school. But looking back, God used every thing in my life to enable me to learn what I've learned and become who I've become. None of it waste. None of it was wasted. None of it. Every single thing God has used. And now I see how God has used also the community of my brothers and sisters to encourage me and to see, sometimes from vantage that I can see on my own, um, where God's at work. And sometimes I need to hear that from someone else. People who know my heart, people who have known my life, and people who have seen the way God's worked in my life. So find those people. Those are your people. People. um, we don't have people outside that circle, but God provides those kinds of people in your life. And I am so blessed not only to have those kinds of people in my life, but I'm blessed to be able to be that kind of person for others as well. It's it makes life so amazing. It's what brings adventure to our lives because there's always something happening. I went to the Space Center and we were in Florida before we went on our cruise. We had decided, with all the crazy going on with airlines canceling flights, decided we would fly to Florida early, and we would go to the Space Center if we had time. And if we didn't, we would probably get to Florida on make our cruise. So we did have time to go to Kennedy Space Center before we got on the ship the following day. And one of the most impressive thing to me was we ride, and on that ride, we got to experience and our feet dang off of our chairs, which was really fun. So it was almost like being like on a Ferris wheel, where your feet are dangling and you're moving in motion, but you're actually traveling through galaxies, through space, looking at galaxies. We got to see a video of star born and a star dying, um, and galaxies forming. And the thing that was cool to me was to realize that God created our earth, right? And he created us, and he created our animals, and he created the sun and the moon and the stars, and he created our galaxy. But do you realize God is a creator? And like any creator create us in an image, we if whatever creativity we have in us, we want to continue to use that. And that doesn't necessarily mean our creative has tons of channels, because he's made us creative. So we all have creativity. But God is creative, and he is to create. He's constantly creating. He's creating things here. He's creating things far beyond our imagination in space. And I bet because that's life. That's what life does. That's what God does with life. He continuously uses things, creates things. So look around. God's always at work. He's always creating, and he's always orchestrating so many things we don't even see. When a seed is planted in the ground, we don't see what's going on until it begins to come out to visit it. And that is what God that is doing. We can trust that. If we are his children, we can trust that he's got us. And if you forget, go find your people that will speak truth and will continue to encourage you and help you see the pace that God has been unfolding and is unfolding in your life at that time. Of course, how much counsel you have from anyone. We always need to take that counsel under the advisement of the Lord. I learned that, Lord, um, we can glean the wisdom of others, and then we need to take it to the Lord and say, right, is true. What are you doing? And get still and quiet enough to really sense how the Lord is speaking to you, and then make your decision and live with it. understanding, grace. So decisions that you make, you look back, I hadn't done that. God's grace is sufficient. He knows we're human, and He will continue to unfold your path. It's just an amazing pile of details that God puts into just unfolding and on our lives. So I feel like I've been rambling this morning, but it's all been good stuff, I hope. And I hope that it's encouraged you. If you have popped on replay, even if you don't know me, I just want to know where you're from. And if this is your first time that you've ever gotten on Fireside Chat, put a comment. First time, I'm friends with so and so. I live in Indiana or Montana or wherever you live. I would love to know that. Who's watching me Fireside Chat, whether you're on the live, which thank you for those of you that have been on, and also if you have been watching it on the funny to see how many people hop on and have been able to be encouraged by just how God's been working in my life. I hope that you will do the same for others, adding value to the lives of the people in your world, in your circle. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Going up to see my mom today. I'm excited, and some of my people are coming today to help me move the last of the things from the apartment upstairs. So getting ready, advertise it, and I'm just trusting the Lord to find just the right person to rent my loft space upstairs, and I'm looking to but I all have a great day, and I oh this this was good to see your enthusiasm. See if I can show this here. Hold on. And love of life. I really do. I really am excited about what God has been doing in my life, to see how, when you think of a seed in the ground, that seed is like struggling to get the light that it senses is above this dark earth piled up on top of them. But and I feel like that's the state I'm in my life right now. God has finally opened the dirt. He's opened the way for the sun to be more visible and for the path to be more clear. And I couldn't be more excited about the adventure that I'm on. So I love you all. I hope you have, and I will see you next Saturday on Fireside Chat. Bye bye.